Zodiac sign broadly describes your personality, the strokes in your personality, broadly about your personality, while something far more, which describes your mind, your distinct thoughts, your emotional planes, your instincts, and even what is more important is the karmic tendencies. The connection between nakshatra with moon is the connection between your mind and your karma. The relationship between moon and the nakshatra and yourself in the earth. There is a relationship which impacts your emotions, which impacts your karmic destiny, which impacts your way you have to live, the journey of your soul. Welcome to Shanker Astrology. This is a new initiative especially for our global audience and for those who want to learn astrology or curious about Vedic wisdom but may not be able to connect to it deeply and have language barriers. We aim to make this profound Vedic science accessible in a very structured, easy and an understandable way. Wherever you are in the world, tell me in the comment section from which city or country are you watching this. It's always inspiring to see how ancient knowledge travels across borders. Now, let me ask you something. Do you know the birth nakshatra? I ask this again. Do you know your birth nakshatra? I ask this because most people today go on the zodiac sign. The zodiac sign as in Aries, Taurus, Gemini, etc. But when it comes to nakshatra, less than 10% people know their nakshatra. So what I want to tell you today and what I told you, your zodiac sign broadly describes your personality, the strokes in your personality, broadly about your personality, while something far more, which describes your mind, your distinct thoughts, your emotional planes, your instincts, and even what is more important is the karmic tendencies. What if the real key of understanding to yourself is not your sun sign? I say that, but it's the moon constellation. Believe me, it's the moon constellation at the time of your birth. Before moving further, let's understand what these signs mean. What is a zodiac sign and what is nakshatra? Why Vedic astrology is nakshatra based and not sign based? This is extremely important for you to understand that what is the difference between a nakshatra based system and a sign based system. There are 27 nakshatra and 27 ruling deities. Now, what is nakshatra? In the sky, there are about millions and billions of stars which are there. There are millions and billions of signs which are there, which have been divided into 27 nakshatras by our seers. And there is a midpoint which is known as the Vishnu Nabhi. Now, from the Vishnu Nabhi, these 27 nakshatras come and they describe the entire constellation, the sky of the map. And these nakshatras are connected to the moon. The moon and the nakshatras have a very great connection between themselves, of which I would have to spend hours and hours together to explain you. But nevertheless, here, let's understand that the sky is divided into nakshatras and there are 27 nakshatras which is based on the rotation of the moon, because moon is the planet which is nearest to the earth and has a lot of impact on us. So the moon and nakshatras have a relationship between themselves. The connection of nakshatra and moon is there, and this, to put it very simply, is the difference between what we act, what we do. That is to tell you the connection between nakshatra with moon is the connection between your mind and your karma. The sun sign astrology is based on the sun and the 4 points. Now let me explain you the difference between the zodiac sign and nakshatra. That is, the zodiac sign in the Western system is based on the sun side and the nakshatra which is based on the moon side. And both have a very great difference and impact on your psychology. Sun rotates around its own self and the planets rotate around sun, and that has been divided by our seers briefly into 12 zodiac signs: Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces, right? And one is seeing it from the sun's perspective and the second is seeing it from the moon's perspective. Now, in the case of moon's perspective, in the case of our astrology, the Vedic astrology, the signs, the zodiac sign, have been further divided into Nakshatras, which are related to the moon. The moon impacts our earth because it is water, and water impacts our emotions. So the relationship between moon and the nakshatra and yourself in the earth, there is a relationship which impacts your emotions, which impacts your karmic destiny, which impacts your way you have to live, the journey of your soul. Sun is at a point which it rises at a particular time, it sets at a particular time, and it has a very predictable kind of a system where the change is not much. But since the moon travels around the earth in 27 days and the nakshatras are related to moon, it tells you the entire change in your life, in the pattern of life, in changes which happens in your life. And it is moon, 27 nakshatras are likely known as the 27 wives of moon, because the moon travels around them, carries the energy from those nakshatras, and then and today we all are going into the world of quantum physics and quantum mechanics, etc., and we know that everything is related to each other. Each particle is related to some other particle. So that impact only comes when you see the entire zodiac system and the solar system in one perspective, which can only happen by a nakshatra based system, which is the Vedic astrology. Most of the people today, look at the zodiac sign, which is based on sun, on the sun sign. That remains constant. That doesn't change. And if it doesn't change, a person born during that time of the month, which remains the same all the time, every year on year it remains the same. It tells you certain characteristics which are, broad in nature and only tell you a little bit about your personality. But that's not enough. Today, I'm not going into the whole study which I've done on the consciousness, on the cosmic world, on how the stars function, how there is a relationship between all the particles which exist in this planet and the planets at other places. That is, what I mean, a particle in planet affects the particle in Saturn. What you do today here is happening somewhere else. There's a whole theory of multiverse. Now, all that was taken into consideration while our seers made moon as the most important factor, which rotates around the earth in a month's time. 2.5 days. And that moon is related to the entire millions and billions of stars, which broadly were divided for the sake of convenience. The sky was divided into 12 parts: Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, as we all see, which are related to sun, which can be related to moon. But within those signs, within Aries, within Taurus, within Gemini, within Cancer, there are a lot of other energies which are there, which can be perceived, which are known, and those energies have an impact on us. Those energies are told in the Vedic astrology by the nakshatras, and these nakshatras impact the moon and the earth. And that relatability tells you more about your karmic pattern, your karmic destiny, the destiny you're carrying with me, carrying with yourself, or what I carry with myself, and what would happen in the future with those karmic debts or destiny you're coming with. So my idea here is to give you a greater idea of your life and your life pattern by the nakshatra system of Vedic astrology. And you would relate more when I talk about each nakshatra, which also falls into the signs. So you would understand what is the karmic pattern we have in each nakshatra, and that depends on the degree of your moon. So the astrology which is there in Vedic astrology, which is dependent on the degree of your moon, which in turn defines your nakshatra. I come back to the same question which I asked in the beginning. Do you know your nakshatra? Your nakshatra will depend on the degree of your moon. So the degree of your moon tells your nakshatra, which you can, all astrological apps have it. And that nakshatra gives you a greater idea of what is destined and what have you come with, what is the journey in your life. And since all the planets rotate around moon in a particular direction, they all have a relationship with this nakshatra. So in episodes which come next, when I talk about the nakshatras, and if you know your nakshatra, which you would know by seeing the degree of your moon, or through any app you would come to know, that tells you What is your soul journey? What is it that you have brought with you? Your karmic debt. What is it that you will do in this life? What have you done? And what is the afterlife? And what level of consciousness, moreover to explain you, is at what level of consciousness you are radiating at. You may think that you are static, but you are not static with respect to the entire universe. You are also an energy radiating at a particular degree. You have a vibration. That vibration is your destiny pattern, and which science is proving. So that is what I would talk when I will talk about each nakshatra within the science. In the meantime, if you have understood what I have said, can you tell me, those who have heard this, what is your birth nakshatra? And if you understand that, then you would relate more to me in my videos which will come. Thanks a lot for listening to me, and I look forward for you to repeat again, to tell me about your nakshatra, so that when I talk about nakshatra, you can relate it. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.